When I think about Shakespeare, I think of imagination, I think of curiosity, and I think of rigour.
They've made theatre and Shakespeare particularly very accessible.
It's the freshness, it's the ingenuity, it's the risk-taking.
A bit like Henry V, the little band of men who were there at the battlefield at the beginning, and now the company is a very successful grown-up company 25 years on.
John proved to be a great visionary, more than any of us.
When the company started, I think there was a great mass of disbelief that this could ever happen. People were obviously saying it won't last a week, it can't happen.
People sort of said, this is wrong, we want them back in pantaloons, and they didn't get it.
It was exciting that we suddenly had our own Shakespeare company.
The company could not have got off the ground and wouldn't have even been conceived without the late Tony Gilbert, who was a friend from university days, who gave me the seeding money to start this company. Saw us through the first 8 or 9 years.
For Australia to have a company that is constantly inviting us to look at ourselves through the lens of Shakespeare, I think is really important.
It has lifted Shakespeare to a really quite tremendous prominence in Australia in theatrical terms.
Listening in on those conversations about how people are seeing Bell reinterpret what is a 500-year-old text, but making it so relevant today.
I think the key word for all of Bell Shakespeare's work is accessibility. To make Shakespeare available to Australians of all ages and all parts of the country, but also meaningful, that they understand what the play is about, understand its context, and understand that this is about them and it's about now.
I came here to this theatre once and found a whole lot of kids on their phones, ding, 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 and as the play started, the phones disappeared and they all started being engaged, laughing, enjoying it, and I think that is what's so important.
It's about the imagination, it's about self-expression, and it's about curiosity.
And the impact of it on kids who wouldn't otherwise see plays performed, let alone classics performed, is transforming.
The more I've been involved with Bell, I really value the education program. That means an enormous amount to me as an ex-teacher.
When I learned about what the schools program involved and some of the getting to young people out in regions, and I just think it's such a grand opportunity for them to know about Shakespeare and have fun.
I was lucky enough to go when I was living in Sydney with the schools program, and kids 16 years old standing up and speaking parts of Hamlet like they knew it and they understood it and everything. And to me that's an amazing effect to have on young kids and change their attitude towards theatre.
Education and the arts is really hand in hand with what Bell Shakespeare does.
To watch young people see Shakespeare for the first time and they are just exploding. And they go away enthused, and you hear them outside afterwards, and it's opened their world.
The way it was conceived and executed and continues to be executed and continues to grow is a really important part of the performing arts in Australia.
The difference that it makes is so satisfying and so personally rewarding that it is I like to say, it is a huge bang for your philanthropic buck.
It's extraordinary to think that one very shy, retiring individual has touched the lives of millions of people. And I'm grateful to Tony and everybody else who's joined us on this journey over the last 25 years.
There's truth and humanity in all of Shakespeare's plays, but it just takes the right set of ingredients to bring them all to life.
I'd just like to give a little plug for my favourite, The Merchant of Venice.
I'm wishing Bell Shakespeare all the very best.
To continue making it more relevant and appropriate for Australian audiences in the 21st century.
The supporters and donors and the staff and everyone who makes it possible. It's a remarkable company.
And I personally am looking forward very much to seeing what Peter's new or continuing direction is.
Bell Shakespeare Company's brought such richness to the cultural landscape in Australia.
And I think we're all going to be sticking by for quite a long time.